news. And listen, I just had to fill you in on what Ned and his wife Ariel decided to put out there in their new podcast. This past Tuesday, Ned came forward announcing he was officially launching this show, and Ariel would be his very first guest. And right from the start, they went straight for the elephant in the room.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy who talked about his relationship and put that out there for public consumption. And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust.
The cheating scandal. So today, let's break down word for word what they revealed about that chapter, everything they went through back then, and where their lives stand right now. From the opening seconds, the podcast felt like a raw confession. Honestly, it came off like some bizarre public humiliation ritual. Unreal. And I cannot wrap my head around why he ever thought airing this would be a smart move. Ned explained that this conversation was something they had to do if they wanted to move forward and show their faces in the public eye again. When they sat down, Ariel admitted she was terrified. A part of her wanted to just walk out of the room, but she also knew it was necessary.
I remember I have met some people, like made new friends or kind of introduced myself to strangers. And it's like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
right?
Here's mine, but a couple of caveats. One, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. Two, all of this is pretty outdated. And three, don't Google me.
Don't Google me. You
Just
probably don't want to
get
Google
to know
me
me first. Just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me or the sum of your past for you.
They spoke about hiding their lives away for the past 3 years, basically going dark. Ariel said there was something nice about being invisible for a while, but at the same time, they couldn't stay stuck in 2022 forever. She wanted the internet to move on.
People ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no, absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No, fuck no. I don't even, sorry, I saw red for a minute. It's like, no, the answer is no.
Because they themselves already had. But they admitted it's been awkward trying to make new friends. Everyone already knows their story. They just want things to stop feeling so weird. Then came the heavy part. They admitted they haven't actually been a couple for the last 3 years. They don't even live together anymore.
We worked through a lot of stuff. And the fact that I can be around you and still, like, have a good time and, like, enjoy spending time with you and enjoy spending time with my kids, like, I think that's a win.
Yeah. It's taken a lot of hard work to do that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, as we've adjusted, we've recalibrated our relationship more towards a platonic friendship, and then, it's just been challenging. But, like, I think we're getting to a point of sort of celebrating that and really, like, embracing it and accepting it for what it is.
Ned confessed they tried to make it work, but it just never came back together. Ariel opened up about the question she gets the most. Does she forgive him? Her answer? Absolutely not, period. She said he took so much from her.
It's hard to hear you saying, like, fuck no, I don't forgive you. But, like, of course I get it. I mean, you're still, as much progress as we've had, you're still very angry.
Yeah, of course I'm angry. Like, yeah, of course I'm still angry. We lost a lot. There was a lot that happened 3 years ago. I found out about your affair from the fans. I mean, and I was so blindsided.
He shattered their marriage, tore apart their family, wrecked her career, tanked his own career, destroyed their financial stability. And she's crystal clear. She does not forgive him. But despite everything, they've managed to reach a place of friendship, just enough to still spend time together with their kids. Ned admitted it stung to hear her say she doesn't forgive him.
Somebody sent me a picture, And I like, it's like for some reason I didn't see what was actually there in the picture. I thought it was your sister. And I remember sending it to you and being like, what's your sister doing in New York? It was, and I think back on that and I think like, what was I, like, how did I not see what was going on? Like, what was so fucked up in my brain that I couldn't actually see what was happening in this picture? Like, the picture was right there in front of me.
But Ariel fired back, reminding him of how much they lost. She literally had to find out about his cheating through fans. And watching him just sit there nodding, honestly, you guys, I have to commend her for even staying in the same room with him. She recalled how painful it was when she first saw those photos of him with Alex. She couldn't even process what she was looking at. At first, she actually thought it was him with his sister in New York City. Later, Ariel explained how she eventually flew to New York to meet him for a trip he'd left early for, claiming it was work. When she got there, she casually asked him about his sister. That's when the truth came out. He finally confessed to everything. And let me tell you, if he was fishing for sympathy in that moment, it did not work. He honestly couldn't have looked worse. The nerve of him to even comment.
But I just sort of refused to believe it. And then when I saw that, like, just wildly guilty look on your face, like you wanted to tell me something, and I didn't even let you say anything. I was like, turn this car around. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember it happening. Once I, answered it in such a way that you knew exactly who it was and what had happened, yeah, then you were like, take me back to the airport.
Yeah.
That part was very cinematic. If you were trying to be like in a movie.
Turn this fucking car around.
That it was cinematic of her to say, take me back to the airport. Like, are you serious? This wasn't a movie. This was her real life you wrecked.
It's like, I remember that moment, it all just kind of like fell down where I totally could see how devastated and just completely traumatized you were. And then it was just like, oh, everything changed for me as well. I'm like, oh no, this is like I've been hurting this person that I love this whole time.
You didn't realize until then?
Well, but then there's other things you tell yourself to kind of sort of compartmentalize, or I guess.
The fact that he still talks about how it hurts, that she won't forgive him, shows he doesn't fully grasp just how deep this betrayal was. If he thinks even a sliver of her should forgive him, he clearly has no idea what he's done. Ned admitted there were excuses he kept telling himself to make what he was doing seem less awful, even comparing it to addiction. It's heartbreaking, especially when Ariel later revealed that she thought their love was something extraordinary. But in the end, it was just a fantasy. She said she trusted him completely. They basically grew up together, married in their early 20s, raising kids, moving to LA when they were practically still kids themselves. Their whole lives were intertwined. And to realize it was all a fantasy? Devastating. She said she never imagined he could do this to her. Even as he apologized, she kept repeating, they had so much life still ahead. She grew emotional. Ned admitted it felt like the death of a dream they once shared. Ariel looked him in the eye and asked, what happened? Even now, she said, there are still unanswered questions, things she wanted clarity on, and she was only just getting those answers while recording this podcast. Honestly, it felt like we were eavesdropping on an intense couples therapy session, way too intimate. And trust me, this was not a good move for him. Ned tried to explain that the dream started crumbling for him, and he got scared of his own feelings. Instead of facing them, he turned self-destructive. That's his excuse for cheating. He claimed it wasn't about Ariel, or that their marriage was failing. It was purely his own reckless decisions he regrets deeply. He swore he'll spend the rest of his life trying to make amends. But let's be real, the internet is not here for him. Everyone just wants to see Ariel thrive. And now, with Ned launching this new podcast, the response is loud and clear. People aren't interested in him. The only reason most tuned in was to support Ariel. If the entire point had been to give Ariel a platform to finally close the chapter on the cheating scandal so she could move forward and create content without being tied to Ned, that would have made sense. But instead, it feels like this whole launch is about him. Viewers even commented things like, honestly, all the ad revenue from this should go to Ariel. You don't deserve to profit off her pain while marketing a podcast. In the end, Ned brought nothing new. Ariel should have had her own podcast and collected the payout Ned's about to get for just one episode. And it's maddening. Ariel bared her soul, opened up about her pain, while he couldn't even share specifics about what he did or how he justified it. He wants to run a podcast about people at rock bottom, how they felt, how they coped, where they are now, but he couldn't even fully own up to his own shame in episode 1. I can say this much, I will never watch another piece of content from Ned, but Ariel, I've missed her presence so much, and I'll listen to her any day. She is living proof that she was, and still is, the most captivating part of him. Listening to her in this episode was honestly refreshing, but don't mistake the views for a warm welcome back to Ned. Our support is for Ariel, period. At the very end, Ned claimed he wanted this podcast to build empathy, to give people space to share their stories of addiction, scandal, struggles. Ariel literally laughed at that. And honestly, can you blame her? Deep down, she knows this whole thing only makes him look worse. It's bold, too bold, for him to assume anyone wants to hear him talk to other people, share their stories, or empathize with their pain. What audience really wants more of him when the only compelling moments came from Ariel? So there you have it, the so-called highlights of the podcast. But in truth, it was Ariel shining, refusing to cave when Ned sought forgiveness or sympathy. She stood her ground, called him out, and declared she's done. She doesn't want to be an influencer anymore. She's going private. She's focusing on her art, and her smile, completely infectious. She radiates light, love, and magic, and she deserves all of it. I hope she finds the man of her dreams, someone who treats her the way she truly deserves. I still cannot believe what he put her through. But now, I want to know what you think. The fact that Ned had the audacity to launch a podcast right now. Did you listen? What are your thoughts? I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.